Cookie's in second.
Go, oh, and he gets it! He wants to necessarily back.
Well, that's a mystery. Hello. Are we live?
Are we live, Governor?
I don't know what we're up to these days. There's really no video these days, but that's what we used to, isn't it?
Oi, it is.
Pretty
No,
much
I
used
am
to.
just
Oh, we are live
even-
on the stream.
We can't even figure out how to show the stream. No,
At
oh
least
no!
We're gonna call this the primary stream for now. You guys can't see us. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. We can't see you. My name is Nightcrawler. I'm here with Ridingmypidgey. I don't know. It's like a mixture of a Australian and like an English accent. Immaculate, but we are making do with what we possibly can right now. It's a little bit of a crazy time. I don't know. I don't even see anybody in the. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
I don't know who those guys were, the Australian and the.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know where'd they go.
Yeah, so we are here. So my name is Knight. We got Pidgey here. We are going to be bringing you the very beginning of the pools. We should be normally on the field, but we are not. We are working on getting the primary stream set up.
Yes, we are.
And they are going into the first round right now of the FFA. The 2v2 has concluded at this point. And kind of the lay of the land is that we were not both supposed to be here.
No.
But then there was a last minute change to where I was supposed to cast, and we were going to bring in a special guest. But then plans changed on their end because, let's just put it this way, we had a special guest, and because we removed battle mode in the Apex format, Apex said, we need your guest caster.
That's fair.
And they took her away from
Granted,
us.
I would say the 6v6 was actually a lot more eventful
The
than
6v6 was
than the
amazing.
battle mode. I'm just
6v6
saying
was amazing.
that we had the whole podium, we had the whole room to ourselves, literally a packed house of people rooting for their own, either a teammate or someone else to get picked and have a high bid for themselves. But we do have this lobby ready for us. Let's break it down
Sky
real
League
fast.
was fantastic, and this is really going to be the storyline, Pidgey. We talked about it off camera. We have Ty, Yezy, Zay, or Isaiah, Cam, aka Troy, pre-local winner from a few days ago, Shadow and Fallen. Fallen coming off of the 6v6 title win last night. And then we have GmanSir, returning name, myrikle, 14 TheGuy, PhoenixEmpryos, Fiasco, and Lambert. There are a few of the players on that right-hand side that are not here, so that does bode well. Top 6 move on, Pidgey, but is there anybody on the right-hand side that can take over the regulars on the left?
You know what? I am looking forward to G-Man seeing what they're able to bring today. I mean, for the most part, we got to look at the left side. I mean, those are the names that we truly know. We all love. Ty, who was on my 6v6 team last night, was actually MVP. And looking at me right now saying, what are you talking about? Was doing work. Truly, hey, I bet a good dollar for them, and they performed. Yezy also performing extremely well in that 2v2. Was really locked in, doing extremely well down the line. I mean, honestly, so much talent out here. Remember, 191 competitors being here for the free-for-all pools. Bonkers, the most amount that we've ever had. It is so cool to see that we have so many great competitors here, and just the entire community coming out supporting one of the best Mario Kart events that you can possibly go to.
Yeah, I'm really excited. A lot of the staff are playing in this tournament, and some of the mods. So it is a little bit crazy. I know it does say online that we are still in the 2v2, but that is incorrect.
We're on the
I will
first
try
round
to
of
get
free
that
for all.
changed when we get off of here. But we are in the first round of the FFA. And the interesting thing about this is that there's 5 rounds, Pidgey.
Yes.
You're going into the top 96 immediately after. Your position is going to determine if you become the new top seed, essentially, of the following round. It's a really unique format that Rookie kind of enabled here as we go into Grumble Volcano.
Got to shout out Rookie also. That 6v6 format, amazing. It worked really well. Everyone had a great time. Truly making it kind of different rather than just doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna miss battle mode, but honestly, 6v6 was amazing.
It was.
And yeah, I mean, the real questions are gonna become, definitely the favorites, Ty and Yezy here, Zay and Cam are gonna really throw a wrench into things. Cam also coming off of that win.
And Ty already getting trailed out, going into the lava. They're gonna have to pop that mushroom, get themselves back up, start themselves at 9th, but Grumble Volcano, there's some nice shortcuts on this track. You can do a lot with it, especially coming up, going through the trees. You'll put yourself in a good spot. It's not a big deal, but Zay leading the pack right now in first.
And yeah, right now we see Yezy in third, Cam in second, Zay here with 10 coins in first. There is a little bit of a distance down there between, well, what looks like to be the dry Bowser, so Box may be on here. Blue Shell coming out for Zay. What is going to happen here? We could see some craziness happening in just a little bit. The red goes away, and that's what I mean. At distance, we do see that shot come into play. Yezy now in first.
Yeah, we see that Bowser all the way in the back of the pack on that mini-map. You got to realize that's going to cause a lot of issues going forward, but right now, looking right back at it again. Ty in 8th. Yezy take it over in first. Got great item pull as well, so that works out really nicely. But Cam right there in third place, got that double whammy special with those double red shells. Zay also playing it a little bit safe, spacing themselves out, going to get to contested now, rolling into another item box. This is actually going to cost Zay their spot if they take this opportunity. Cam still holding on to it. Blue shell on the way, but Zay hits the fire, and now Yezy has the air horn for the blue. Beautiful work there, going into the last lap of Grumble.
And Cam falls back down to 6th, so like you were saying, Pidgey, Zay, if he got hit out there, that would have been the race for Yezy. Yezy's race to lose, so now we're going to be seeing a little bit of chaoticness here, if that's even a word. Can Ty come back up? Zay now in the catbird seat trying to chase down Yezy. Yezy has that defense, but Zay does have a red, fires it off. Can Zay get something else for him? We'll have to see. Yezy, though, with the spacing, looking good. Is there going to be another late power item?
No, it doesn't look like it, and Yezy going to be able to keep it consistent, keep it rolling. Beautiful start to this round.
Look at Ty falling off there, going to 5th.
But still, literally fell off.
Good.
Still stuck with that 5th place spot. Yezy going to be able to take this first race on this free-for-all battle. Like I said before, just truly gone up and beyond in terms of how good that they've become. Started as the SNS 200 champ, and now has only gone up from there in terms of confidence in their racing ability. They truly looked locked in 24/7. Whenever I'm going around taking BTS of everyone, locked in 24/7.
Yeah, I think what's going to be really interesting is the Vegas players. They're a lot more of a leaner group this year, but there is a new wave of players ready to take down Cinder, or trying to at least, with Emery, Yezy, Zeke Cat, and several others. Shadex and Floppy Gunner, I believe, are the 5 to round it out. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot of very, very good Northeast players here, a lot of very good international players here, and who is Cinda the most worried about? We'll have to see. I talked to Cinda off stream actually last night, and I think everyone's collectively saying it could be Luckyo. But Cinda did mention it. Brandon's on point, and if Brandon's on all cylinders, keep an eye out for one of the Arcadia leaders to be a threat in the tournament.
Arcadia, just one of the best teams out here today, truly. Had a lot of them in the 6v6 as well, so it's great to see everyone just sticking together. They have a whole group. They've been traveling around the con as well, so that's really a lot of fun to just see the camaraderie, see the friendship, right? It is one of my favorite thing to see all of these players who don't even look at each other on their face cams to now be face to face, having a great time, grabbing food, having a blast. But we're going to Choco Mountain on this second race, and we're going to be starting it out. You already know how it goes. Yezy, though, going to be able to grab that banana, but then gets bananaed back. Triple bananas. Never what you want to see on that first item set.
Yeah, we are noticing, there are a bit of connection issues with the stream. Apologies for that. We are in a very packed 60,000 person convention center right now, and the internet is not optimal like it is at home.
No,
that being said, though, Cam, our pre-local winner here, is in the lead, followed up by Ty. Has a little bit of defense to work with, but Ty, though, does have a red shell in play there in the back. We're seeing a little bit of that break with 3 players there in the back. Those are humans, by the way, that are going to be trying to cause some problems for this group of 9 up front.
Oh, okay, gonna be able to just roll into another item set there. Cam still holding the lead. Ty in second place, just trying to check that back camera, being aware of when they can use their item, when the best spot is. Gonna be able to roll into that double item set. Kind of an awkward jump there, but grabs a nice item set if there is any sort of blue shell on the way, potentially in the next few moments. But gonna have to pop that red one more time, contesting their singular item that they should have, but fortunate for Ty, not going to get the item that they were looking for, which could have been a nice red shell to take out Cam's first place run so far, going into the final lap.
Yeah, very spread out pack. Expect the blue or the lightning to be coming at some point. Can Troy hang on over Ty? We see yezy and Zay there in the mid pack, and Ty is catching up with the vengeance, but hits that banana with the blooper combo, making the space for Cam to run away at the moment. But no! Fallen hits Cam with the red. It's anyone's game. It's a dragger. It's like a Fallen, though. Oh, but the bomb only hits Fallen, and Cam inherits first back.
That is insane. Absolute chaos coming out with the blue shell. Might as well put the cherry on top on this one. As Ty throwing the red shell forward. Going to the double red Cam, trying to stop a firefly from Fallen. Red shell lands on the Ty, and that's going to be Zay grabbing that second place. What happened? What happened?
Were people asleep at the wheel with, I mean, Ty throwing the reds at
I don't even think they were
Cam with the blue?
Literally, it was just nonstop spam, 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 spam. Don't know what the double red was about.
Something was off there, Pidgey. I disagree with you. I think the reds to the blue, you knew the blue was going down. You know the blue goes down,
yes.
So why would you want to red and have that potential frame
Oh,
buffer?
I agree, 100%.
And then Fallen, like, let's just talk about Fallen. Right place, right time, times two. Fallen getting clipped, going over that glider section by the first bomb with the redemption arc, taking down race number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think that they had too many energy drinks that they got out here, and they were just spamming out items nonstop and not really thinking. Not really thinking about what they were doing next. Literally, it was just nonstop. Every single item was just playing out. They were panicking going into that next set. Literally was not thinking about what was about to come up next.
I mean, that's definitely a fair point. Definitely a lot of nerves. I mean, you're early on. You're trying to establish kind of who's going to be taking control of this lobby. And again, Pidgey, I mean, you're used to this. You see this a lot more than me now. 6 races is really not a lot of time.
No, it is not. I mean, more than 4, if you know what I mean. But it really does stack up, especially on these qualifying rounds when you really want to move forward. Granted, it's top 6. You can't panic too much, especially with 6 races. You have time to come back. You have time to reestablish yourself, reset the mental, get yourself back in the races. But we're starting it out cheap beach. Speedstar special. Got to be a little bit biased here, but we got Ty here trying to duke it out. Gonna let Shadow go right up in front, take that 6th place spot down here. Shadow also, shout out, had a absolutely fantastic Gojo cosplay, by the way. Their cosplay fire, as we got Cam here in 4th place. Got the banana in hand, holding on to it, but we're going to be seeing yezy get cooked right there. 3rd place going on. Shadow right up there in 2nd.
I'm really liking a lot of the front-running parity in this room here. Shadow trying to avoid that fire. We do see Zay going out to the lead yet again, being one of the more prominent front-runners of the group, but great mixture. And that dry Bowser bot in the middle of the pack in a power item. So is there going to be anybody opting to bag to really kind of offset this top 6? And like you said, Pidgey, I saw your reaction to greens coming into play there from Cam, but a lot of space now for Zay up the front with 1 lap to go.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that any sort of power item can mess it up on cheap. There's some really nice off-road that you can use, catch back up this double item set. Really nice. Let's see what Ty can do, though. Talking about the blue, let's speak it into existence, by the way. But got the air horn. Zay's going to slow down, though, because they saw the red shell right behind him. Beautiful play.
Very
awareness
for sure.
Just peak right there, but could not be aware of that green shell coming their way. Blending in with the green birdo. Got the boomerang. Try and get themselves some spots right here in this 3rd lap.
I think that the Zay-Cam combo is really putting a strain on yezy and Ty here. Even Shadow's up there in the mix pretty consistently, and Fallen as well. Really creating a unique battle and struggle for the top 6 as a late blues coming into play here for Cam.
Going through that double item box. Let's see what they're going to be able to do. Grab those triple shrooms. Is that going to be enough? Grabbing the plot plate, but no. Ty's going to be able to grab this 1st place on cheap beach. No cheap tactics here. Just absolutely great awareness, driving, waiting for the blue shell, chilling in 2nd, takes it over, to put themselves in a good spot going to race number 4.
The yezy 2nd, Cam 3rd, already a 7-point gap between Fallen and G-Man, just as how the TOs have seeded it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really interesting, and that's going to be the real battle. But if we're seeing all this parity up front, that's actually a good thing for these players in round one, because in this format, they're not going to likely see each other again in the tournament.
No.
So they're all in it for let's get away from any unknowns to break up the momentum that we have. And a lot of them are familiar with racing with each other in lounge, online, and that's really kind of what they're trying to do, run away from these unknowns.
And you're really seeing it, that top 6 run. But granted, in a lot of these free-for-all polls, you really don't know who these unknowns are. And sometimes there's an unknown that absolutely breaks out, makes something happen, disrupts the top 6 pack, and that could happen in any one of these polls coming forward. But for now, what we're seeing, just the consistent placements. Where they were seated, that's where they're landing.
Yeah, and where you place is going to determine your seed for the subsequent rounds. So if you're a top seed, you can't be asleep at the wheel, because if you finish 3rd or 4th, you're going to have players up higher than you. Like notably last year when Savannah Sab ended up getting that, I think it was in the quarterfinals, going into semifinals as the 1 seed projected. Absolute wild flip of a story. And so that's what these players are fighting for now. And so Ty and Yezy, being the top 2 seeds in the room, need to be careful about the pressure that Zay and Cam, as well as Fallen and Shadow, are putting on them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because really we're just seeing triple items galore, and when you got those triple items, you got to remember, even though it's land, you got to back up. There is still a little bit of lag on land, and if you're not spacing yourself out properly, you're going to find yourself on the receiving end of a triple greens, triple bananas, and be in a bad spot. But already going out, we're going to be seeing one of those trailing bananas from Shadow there, but going to be able to hold on to the sponge and go right down the drain. Ty here in 4th place, grabs that single item box, but it is a battle here. Got the draft, holding on for dear life. Red Shell going over to Zay, and that's going to bring him to the back of the pack. Ty somehow surviving when that Red Shell, I feel like, should have gone to them, but gets sideswiped by a green. The last thing you want to see, but squeaky clean, you can bag a little bit, grab some power items, get yourself right back to it.
So Yezy here in control, Ty with the one going to the back, and we do have one bot in the room, if I'm not mistaken. So
We do, it's 11-player room.
It looks like Lambert did not make it to the pool. Now Yezy here, gonna have to dodge this blue, unable to. Cam inherits the lead.
Ooh.
So with the movement of Ty, I can see him to our right here off camera in 7th. Zay unfortunately losing some momentum there.
Oh!
Huge bomb on G-Man and Yezy. This is gonna allow the spacing from Cam and the front to really take advantage here.
That was a beautiful throw there, going into this 5th place spot. Only 3 coins though, they gotta prioritize a little bit. Remember, coins help you go faster, but when you're in the moment of these tournaments, sometimes things go out the window on what you should be doing, what you should be prioritizing. But looking at this 4-player POV, we've got Ty here in that 2nd place spot. Cam leading the pack though. Gonna be able to go over to Ty, gonna back that bomb, grab a single item box, going in this final lap. Let's see if they're gonna get what they need. Not so far, but that spacing, that lead looking even farther away for 1st.
Yeah, and now Cam here with a huge amount of space. I mean, there's still a pretty nominal, or material rather, amount of distance between himself and the dry bones in last, so keep your eye out here in the final few turns. But it is going to be Ty putting that pressure on with those reds over the glider. And not going yes, playing a factor. So can Ty inherit first? And he does. Could this be a 2-peat for Ty? Yezy with the bomb!
Oh! In the air, they're going to be able to use that glider, toss down the bomb, and take that 1st place finish. My God, and that's not what you want to see if you're Ty. But still, yeah, hey, it's still not a bad spot, but my gosh.
So Yezy first, if you are Cam, you want to give a little pat on the back and thank you to Yezy for giving you that 2nd place back. Ty falling to 3rd, Fallen in 4th, G-Man now up to 5th. And so now there is a 5-point gap, Shadow over G-Man for that final transfer spot. And now we kind of have ourselves a final couple races.
Yes, we do. And remember, that 5-point lead can go away in a single race, so you want to keep it consistent, keep it going, especially if you're Shadow, not wanting to get eliminated on this 1st round. Got to keep the momentum going. Don't let up on the gas pedal at all. So many times, time and time again, I've seen where people feel comfortable enough to keep that 5-point lead, they lose it, and then it's just a really sad situation. So going forward, hopefully they'll be able to grab their own track pick, keep it going, keep it running.
I've been there plenty of times before in SNS. I lost out on the finals or to my final SNS because the players colluded up against me after being up by like 16 points. They just wanted me out and wanted me to go back to Boston. But here, I mean, you're essentially your tournament's over if
Yes,
you get out
done.
of the top 6, assuming that you're not in the 2v2. So this is a very important set of 6 races not to mess up. This is the final race, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not actually get to see,
Yeah, the 5th or the
unfortunately.
6th, I hope. I think right now this is going to be very paramount here for Shadow to keep this lead over G-Man.
Yeah, it really, really is important. But we're starting this off already. The same players up in that top 4 going for this run on TikTok o'clock. You better get off your phones because now it's going to get serious into this final race. Let's see what Ty can do. Space. Ooh, bumps the ball just a little bit, but they're going to be able to hold on to the front. Throws the red shell forward, trying to contest it. Zay with those triple bananas, trailing out Ty. Yezy going to take over first.
So yezy right now in first. Zay. Something must have happened to yezy going off that glider. Zay inherits first. Look at this break. A little bit too big of a break, if you ask me, for lap number 2. We do see the dry Bowser there that could cause a stir. But now Cam going to be applying the pressure. Good position at the time of me saying that, but nice back banana there by Zay.
Oh, and now we're going to see Ty back that bomb. Sees the star right behind him. That's going to be Shadow taking over second place. They need to keep this going as Ty holding on for dear life. Beautiful snaking lines, though. Going to be able to just take a hop, skip, and a jump into a banana. Tried to throw the red forward, thinking they were going to squeeze right beside the left side of that banana, but now triple greens right behind them. Let's see if Ty's going to be able to keep this run going. Shadow still here in second place. Got to be wary of these triple greens if they do go for this snipe.
Look at that, though. Can I just say, Cam 6 coins already catching up to Shadow. Flying, by the way, so it might be the lines. Because Shadow likely does have that coin advantage.
Oh, bomb in front, not going to land. Backs the banana. Shadow doesn't get that one, but
Side
Cam
green.
gonna be able to grab that one, falling right behind in 6th place. We're gonna be seeing Cam gets the item, ghosted red shell on the way, and now double reds going over to Shadow. Blue shell going to land.
That's huge for Shadow. Shadow could lock this up here. Zay is just well ahead in first.
Spamming out that fire flower. It doesn't land. Shot comes out, and that's going to be able to be enough for
Look at
Shadow. And G-Man,
got
got third.
It's not enough.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
G-Man getting fourth.
fourth.
But Shadow getting that additional 3 points over G-Man, that is likely
Gonna
going
be,
to-
call it potentially.
We might have one more. I'm not sure. Let's double check.
I think you were right on the
some
couple.
Alzheimer's moments there.
Yeah, we had a
One
couple
more,
more.
one
Yeah,
last-
one
one
more.
last part
Yeah,
before.
so you were right on the last race. You were down yourself. That made me down me.
That's
but
fine. And dude, we're not only casting, but we're like trying to manage everything else that's going on.
We have been going with the 6v6 didn't finish till 12 a.m. last night, even later.
We were gonna have Vicky Kitty hopping on the stream for a cameo appearance. She's unable to, unfortunately. So we hope that she's doing well for Apex Legends right now.
But yeah, everything's jumbled around, trying to get streams
The
set
main
up for
stream
the
doesn't
main
look
stream.
like it's live yet.
No, it is not. So we're trying to get all these things going and brought to you, bringing
And
it
once
to
we're
you
up
guys.
here, we're gonna update the title of this stream if it hasn't been yet. So a lot of stuff to do.
Yes, it is. It's chaotic. Like I said before, 191 players signed up for this free-for-all, maxed out on the 6v6 2v2. It has become the premier Mario Kart tournament here at Momocon 2025. But we're stopping it all here today. DK Summit. We know it, we love it, and we like to see it. Whoever's going to be able to duke it out on this gap jump, gonna be the victor. Let's see what's gonna happen next.
Now there still is a path here for G-Man. Shadow, keep an eye on Shadow there in the blue Birdo inside drift, and G-Man's going to be on the red Yoshi. So keep an eye out on those two. I believe Shadow is up by 8 going into this final race.
Oh yeah, that's a nice little lead there as well, being able to grab that second place. Gotta give him that little bit of a security blanket there, but Cam here in 6th, gonna be able to back that banana, go for that double item box. Remember, everything depends on this gap cut. DK Summit's known for it, uses those triple greens. Gonna be able to trail out one of those other competitors. Yezy here in first. Got that mushroom, takes the cut, lands right there on the boost panel. Let's go. Going into the second lap, looking very good, especially with the item set that they have. Second place going to get hit out, which allows Yezy get a little bit more of a lead in first.
And it's really going to all come down to the cannon glider here to determine who is going to move on and who's not. Look at the artificial spacing already being created as the blue shell inevitably is going to hit Yezy, but will Yezy dodge?
In the air on the half pipe, beautiful move there. A lot of people get thrown off whenever they have to use a mushroom on these different sections, so great work by Yezy there.
Now G-Man in the back in about that 10th, 11th position or so. This is very solid from Shadow. If Shadow can just keep her peace and quiet and stay in that top 5.
Oh, going to miss the boost panel. Has to activate those motion controls and stay on track here today. Motion controls, I mean, what even is it called? My brain's not working here today, but Shadow. Smart steering, my goodness. Yeah, but Shadow here in 4th place. Gonna be able to hold on for the time being.
Look at Zay pulling a kill in 5th. What are we seeing?
I'm telling you, the spacing, especially with that cannon section, bonkers is even the fact that they were not able to use it. Shot comes out.
But look at this though, Shadow is in a dodge.
Ooh.
I don't think she inherently dodged. I think she might have gone through the set, but still great timing from her.
Yeah.
And G-Man is in a world of pain. This is Shadow's tournament to lose.
Oh, Ty going to have to activate. Smart steering, but whoa, the boo's going to take the item away. I thought that was going to be Lakitu saving them at that point. Ty is going to be here in 3rd place, and it's looking like Shadow. They are going to be able to grab that 2nd place finish with the dodge, secure their spot into the next round. Beautiful work from these competitors on the brink of elimination. Don't worry, DK Summit's here to save you.
Yeah, yezy back-to-back track picks, heavy momentum from yezy. And the 2nd over the 11th, Shadow to G-Man is actually going to put Shadow up 17 over G-Man. And then falling in the mid-pack, still has a 6-point buffer there over G-Man. So, wow, incredible racing. The 6 that we knew were the 6 that were going to move on, but it is going to be even harder now as they're going to advance later on today to that round of 96. But very well done. yezy does MVP. Even Zay gets over Ty. Zay, 2nd place. Ty coming in as the top seed, falling all the way down to 3rd. That's going to mean that Ty is going to have a little bit more work to do as probably the 3 or 4 seed in his next round. So we'll have to see how that plays out for the Arcadia member and XPH as well. So
yes.
Ty is very familiar with lands, and we'll have to see how he does.
Yeah, you know what? It's still pretty consistent. It was back and forth going up against these other seeds. You never know what they're going to be able to do, especially once you get on the racetrack. A lot of players coming into this tournament rusty, cold, literally saying that they haven't played the game in weeks, months even, saying, hey, we just want to be here for Momocon, be a part of the action, be a part and see our friends. And that's great, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of money on the line for this tournament as well. So if you're able to, you're gonna be able to grab home some cash money as well. So there's a lot on the line on here, even though a lot of these competitors feeling a little bit rusty, not feeling as confident as they once were. Granted, comparatively to last year, new game now, a lot on the line for this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the prize pool alone for the free-for-all is approximately, don't quote me on this, it's about $4,880. And the 1st place finisher will be taking home approximately 50% of that, so at least well over $2,000.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive. So
that is insane, actually. $2,000 for that 1st place prize. That is, I mean, I was talking about that all the time. I mean, Cinda going home last year in that 1st place spot with $1,900 was absolutely bonkers in its own right. Paying for your trip, paying for everything. Like, you make your money if you put your time in.
Whenever you say bonkers, I keep thinking of the Canadian that we have in the tournament. But